gentlemen of the Pre-Bet Show podcast. We're about halftime of the midday games here. We got some interesting news so far. It will be the Ravens versus the Steelers next week to get their playoff spot, and then it'll be the Panthers versus Buccaneers for them to get their playoff spot next week. So far, that's how the things have occurred this morning. And, yeah, I mean, we got some interesting midday games here so far. If the Buffalo Bills won today, they would have pretty much locked up their division. But they are actually losing to the Eagles right now. I think it was 10-0 going into the half. I have to double check here.
Actually, it is 13-0 Eagles.
Oh, 13. Okay, so they ended up kicking a field goal before half. Okay.
Yep. Yep. I'm watching the game as we speak.
Yeah, that's one of the big ones.
I was just thinking, what if Josh Allen has a career outstanding game after they come out from halftime, just start slanging them?
I mean, it's possible.
Yeah, anything's possible. You are correct.
I mean, there's been some interesting games today. The Houston LA Chargers game, that was really, really close. Obviously, Baltimore spanked Green Bay. Carolina was actually giving Seattle a little bit of trouble for a while, but then Seattle tapped it into the next gear, and they're just like, nah, we're them.
Yeah, what happened there? Last I looked, it was 3-0 Seattle.
Yeah, well, they kept it close for a little while, and then next thing you know, just Sam Darnold was doing the Sam Darnold things, man.
Really?
Yeah, let me get a. Are they gonna give me the stats for this? Pretty please.
Well, the Bills, they got.
Oh no, they weren't gonna let me have it.
Never mind. There's a scuffle on the field at the moment.
Yeah. Charbonnet. Oh yeah. Recording.
Recording in progress.
Barner. Yeah, the tight end and the running backs took over for Seattle. Did they get a? Yeah, interesting. Yeah, no. And Joey Burrow put on another clinic today. That's back-to-back games that don't even matter, but he just went out there and put on a show.
Yeah, I seen that.
Uh,
I didn't put a single penny on him either.
and did you see what your buddy did, Mr. Legendary himself? Shadur Sanders took out the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah, I put him down to throw for 2 touchdowns. That was stupid.
He didn't throw for the second one. It was all running.
No,
Oh yeah. They only scored one.
no, he threw a couple picks though.
Yeah.
But what do you think? You think his career is gonna be legendary?
I think he for only getting to play like 3 or 4 games now. He's on the Browns. You know, we got to remember this team started out with Flacco, and Flacco beat the Packers week 2, which blew everybody's mind. You know, so this
Yeah.
Browns team, I feel like they have it, but we'll see what they do in the draft because they got a couple picks I think coming up in this draft, and if they can get an offensive lineman and then a wide receiver, they could show us something because their tight end, he's been solid. Their running backs, both of them rookies, but they're solid as could be. Judkins and that Sampson. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if you give him a wide receiver out of that draft, I mean, I don't know the draft yet. That's what we'll have to do here soon. We'll have to look at a draft here. But their defense has been solid. I mean, other than a few teams that got carried away, but that's because, Flacco and that Dylan Gabriel that they had playing before him, they just were throwing a lot of picks, so the defense was out there a lot. So they did eventually get tired, But yeah, what other games? Jacksonville. Jacksonville beat the Colts. Philip Rivers again came in, tried to keep it close. Didn't pull it off. I feel bad for him. I've been waiting for him to snag a dub, during this last little Philip Rivers tour,
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see if he plays another year, if this is just, 4 games and done kind of a thing, He's got one more game next week, and then we'll see if, if I was the Colts, I would keep him and, let him stay there behind Daniel Jones next year. I think them two would just be, you get your, hey, I'm trying to do a podcast here. Chill out. You're fine. Yeah, keep Philip Rivers, on the bench. Keep that, he's a fiery guy. He's just always excited. He might not be. He's out here having fun. It's how I would imagine Professor. If he had shoulder pads and a helmet on, if he was playing, he'd be, let's go. And if he wasn't, he'd be like, hey, Daniel Jones is my quarterback. I'm just here so I don't get fined,
Yeah.
Mrs. Professor was telling me it's too much cleaning, so I'm just like, I'm coming out of retirement.
Yeah.
Haven't played since 9th grade, but I feel like I could come in and help out Philip. So you just gotta kind of look at it from that perspective. And then
I don't think he. I like your thinking, but I do not think he'll be back. That's just me.
yeah, I don't really think so. That's what I said. I hope he does, but I don't really think so. But I think they're not keeping Anthony Richardson around. That guy hasn't been able to play any football the last 3 years. First year he hurt his shoulder the second game. Last year he hurt himself like halfway through the season, concussion kind of bullshit. And then when he came back, I think it was a hand. And then this year when he was coming into minicamp, he was like, he looks like he's in the best shape of his life. He gets hurt like the first or second day of minicamp, so they're like, all right, we're trading for Daniel Jones,
Yeah.
So it's just, I don't think this guy has it. I think they're gonna have to look for another quarterback. Obviously, Daniel Jones came in. I think he proved that he's worth keeping. Because they were 8-1, 8-2 before he went down, and can't say that wasn't because of him. Because now they're 1-7 since he's been gone.
Right.
Um,
Oh yeah. Did you already say? Did you see that Miami knocked off your buddy there?
that was the very next game I was about to talk to you about, my dude. Yours truly, Miami, probably one of the worst teams in the league, came
Worse.
out and beat Tampa. Tampa
I
Bay has had one of the weirdest collapse in the last 10 years. I mean, they came out, they even looked good. The first 5-6 weeks, man. I mean, even though Evans went down early and that kind of shit on him, they looked just as fine without him. That Mbuka, the rookie, came out there looking like he was a 10-year veteran, just out there catching everything. They even had some good interviews. They asked Baker, "Hey, what do you think about the rookies catching the ball one-handed?" And he's like, "That's disrespectful. Put 2 hands on that shit," kind of, and just like, joking though. He was joking. But yeah, I don't really know what happened. They're on the same boat that we were, where we lost our offensive coordinator, which we'll talk about their offensive coordinator here in just a second, their old one at least, because he's the head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars. But yeah, I just think whoever came in just wasn't able to get the play calling creative enough to not be more predictable after 3 or 4 weeks.
Right.
And then what, Miami? I mean, Miami, they need to redo everything. The quarterback that played today, Quinn Ewers, the Texas boy, shout out Scott. He came in and played some good ball today. I think he looked solid. I know it was a banged up, ucky looking Tampa Bay Buccaneers, a shadow or, a ghost of what they used to be. But, you know, I think you coming in as a rookie to take the really crappy Dolphins and playing some good ball and winning, you know, that's
Yeah.
interesting. Now you pushed Tampa Bay all the way. Like Tampa Bay was so far ahead in their division, and now they're back to the point where if the Panthers beat them this week, they're playing. It's them versus the Panthers, week 18, for a playoff spot because they're tied. So
Well,
if the Panthers win, the Panthers will have like one of the greatest comebacks of all time. I'll have to see what they started if they were like 0 and 4, 0 and 5 or some crap, but they've come back and they're about to take Tampa Bay out of the playoffs. Like that wasn't on my call card, man. Like that
no.
wasn't on any of my bets. They were like at the bottom. I was thinking, them and the Saints were probably just not going to do it.
I can tell you what, if Josh Allen doesn't win or if the Bills don't make a push, I'd have to I'd have to say Josh Allen's a bust.
I mean, maybe a bust for MVP, but like I don't
I'm
know. They're
talking
just
bust all around, bro.
no.
Can't get there. Overrated. Hyped. He can't beat the Eagles tonight. He's nothing but hype.
Well, I know if they don't beat the Eagles tonight, I think that gives somebody else a chance to be number one. Oh, the Patriots. They need to
Oh,
win.
the
They need.
Patriots, dude, they're on
Yeah.
fire,
Let's go
dude.
ahead and talk about that next game. The old Patriots, man. Uh, whew. The dude put up. He put up I think 4 touchdowns before halftime, and then he scored one more time in the third quarter, and they started all their backups.
Yeah, it looked rough, dude. Didn't they play the Jets?
Yeah, good old Aaron Glenn and the Jets, man.
Yeah.
They're so good.
Was that like the 6th year in a row that the Jets get the number 1 pick? Damn near, what? In the draft?
I don't know if they've had the first in a while, but they're
No, I was kidding on the first, but damn
oh
near. They're up there they're they're just ass every year, you know. The Jets are. And then Aaron Glenn went over there and I don't you could have the greatest coach in the NFL go to the worst team and I shit you not, you're not gonna win.
well
And look at
that's the thing.
Aaron.
They won just enough games to not like it's weird because I mean I know the Raiders are ass. They're a team that we don't ever talk about. We
Yeah.
bring up the Browns just because they still have Miles Garrett and everybody's got their eyes on Shadur. That's
Oh,
prime.
he didn't get the record today either. Miles
No, he didn't. I
Garrett.
was hoping he would sack Rodgers for it.
Rogers is like, you ain't getting
No,
me.
dude, I know. Me and Professor were laughing because we could just see him every time Miles Garrett was coming, just chuck that thing. He didn't care if it was intentional grounding or
Nope,
not. He said,
just
no,
screw it.
not me.
Nope,
I don't care if
not
we lose this
today.
game. We're gonna lose this game, but I'm not letting you sack me, buddy.
Yeah. Right. Can you blame him? It's
Yeah, you don't
like
want to be. Your last year, you get the sack record broken on you by your division rival, Miles
well, it's
Garrett. Like,
Miles Garrett. He'll fuck around and break your snappy in half,
oh
man.
yeah, he's yeah, 100%. But
Never been a Miles Garrett fan, but I have mad respect for his worth ethic, man.
oh yeah, no,
He
that's
works. He
yeah.
earns his money, that's for
Yeah,
sure.
you kind of think of when I think of him, I kind of think of Ndamukong Suh. He played on the Lions during all those crappy years,
Yeah,
but he was
yeah.
still a monster. I mean, he was still getting sacks. He was still plowing offensive linemen over. He was just a one-man wrecking crew that we just never got support for, and that's kind of where he's at. I mean, I think this was the first year because obviously he's starting to wreck house with all these sacks because they traded back with the Jaguars, so they'll have extra picks this year.
Yeah.
But because the Jaguars did so good, they actually got a nice second pick.
Well,
Inter-
Miles Garrett, he could have went elsewhere and won, but he chose the moolah to stay. So
yeah, no, he could have been the guy on the Packers because
he
if they
could
were,
have,
yeah,
yeah, yeah, he could have,
and that would have
yeah.
been really scary. I mean, don't get me wrong, Micah Parsons is scary, but Miles Garrett on the freaking Packers, I would have just had to have been like, yeah, we're not winning for the next 4 or 5 years because he's a
Speaking
monster.
speaking of the Packers, their backup quarterback, he's got a chance to be a stud in the NFL, man.
I mean, this last game looked kind of rough because Baltimore got lucky and started going nuts. But yeah, he's got an arm. He's been sitting behind some quarterbacks that he never really got an opportunity. And with Love going down, he got a couple snaps last year and looked good, and this year looked pretty good. I don't know.
Yeah,
It all
I didn't
it's
really
it's
see
one of
too
those
much
things
of
where it depends on how many
him.
quarterbacks are coming in the draft, and then you see who's going to get the backup. Like this year, there wasn't that many. I mean, there was five. Shador was the fifth quarterback taken, and he didn't get taken until the fifth round. So like, there really wasn't that many good quarterbacks in this draft. So that's why you get people like Jacoby Brissett starting this year, and Daniel Jones and Sam
Yeah,
Darnold and Geno Smith down at the Raiders. It's like Quinn Ewers this year with they're sitting Tua. It's interesting.
Recording stopped.
Oh, your recording just stopped.
yeah, I know.
But yeah, no, New England absolutely slapped them. Uh, and then the Saints beat the Titans. So the uh, Titans should all in themselves have another really good pick. Um,
Yeah, they keep it up in the next 5 years, they might have a shot.
yeah, I don't know. They're gonna need some help. I could see them being another bottom 10 next year too. Them, the Cardinals, Commanders. I had more hope for them because they beat us last year, but they fell right apart. They just got
Oh
really.
man,
I think they just got excited because they got the Commander name and they got a quarterback and they're a young team, but then they're just like, oh, now we're too confident, we're cocky, we're gonna come back next year. And it's like, nope.
right?
Um, Bengals got
Yeah,
another low pick, so maybe they could pick up a lineman to help out Joey Burrow, but I don't know. The Rams got a low pick because they traded with somebody last year. So the Rams are going to have two picks this year. So, I mean, they're a team like, even if, I don't know, Stafford stays around one more year, they're a team that's got two first-round picks. That's pretty big.
it's hard to say if he. I think he'll stay around for one more year at
I think if
least.
they get close, if they go to the NFC Championship game at least, I think he'll stick around. But if he gets to I think if he gets to the Super Bowl, win or lose, I think he'll call it because that's tough. But I want him to get another ring, dude. I'd make so much money if the Rams win the Super Bowl this year, dude.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I dropped it.
So, who do you? What's your odds and opinions on the 8:30 game tonight?
The 8:30 game. That's the Bear game, isn't it?
It's San Francisco.
Man, let me pop up DraftKings here real quick. I don't know that it makes me nervous. I would like to see. I would like to see the 49ers beat them. I'm rolling with the 49ers.
I got money on the Bears, but not the money line. I
Mm-hmm.
just yardage and all that, and but I would like San Francisco to, you know, give that Ben Johnson a knockdown because he thinks he's up here. He's riding that wave right now where he's the greatest. So there'd be
Oh well,
nothing more.
I think he's looking towards next week already. I think he's looking to stomp on us.
That's what I mean. I think he's like you ever see a guy where he just like he walks with his nose in the air
Yeah, yeah. No, I get it, one hundred
like a
percent.
snake in the grass, that, oh yeah, go steal that slab of meat. I won't tell. And then as soon as you load it up in your car, he's running right there with shit on his nose, telling your boss, "Hey, I just seen da 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 stealing da da da." That's what he reminds me of is a little snake in the grass.
Yeah,
So there'd be nothing more amazing to me to see him get knocked down on reality and just take a big L in San Francisco tonight.
that's how I'm hoping, man. And the San Francisco is favored minus 185, so they're the
Ooh.
favorites. But if you're looking to make some money, you could throw some money on the Bears.
That's what I did. I juggled it. Um, actually, I'll be able to tell you right now what I got for a parlay. Yeah, I got right here. This is plus 1100. This parlay. I got Swift anytime touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
Christian McCaffrey anytime touchdown. And I got Brock Purdy passing for 2 touchdowns. Caleb Williams passing for one. I got DeAndre or whatever. I got Swift passing. Jeez Louise, man. I got Swift rushing for 60 plus. And I got Caleb Williams rushing for 15 plus. And again, that is plus 1100. That's a six pick parlay. And then I really wish I'd hit on this one right now on the Buffalo Bills game. I got a 3 pick there. Uh, I got Saquon Barkley anytime touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
AJ Brown anytime Todd. James Cook anytime Todd. That's plus 7150.
Ooh, that'd be nice.
Yeah, it'd be real great. But we'll see. I tried to hit on like a 19 pick earlier today. Got nowhere. But yeah, that's all so mainly I'm hoping that's the game I'm wanting to watch is the Bears game because I'd like to see them lose so we both agree on that. That'd be great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I would like to see the Frisco Niners pull it off.
Yeah, that would be pretty interesting. So that wouldn't even matter for the Bears though, would it? Or would they drop down in the playoff push?
What's that?
Um, oh, I forgot what I just said. Trying to do three things at once here.
Yep, same. I'm looking up some talk about. I don't know. I mean, yeah, perfect. Perfect day of football. It's been interesting. At least we got some stories. Wish the Lions were still in it, but we all know that episode. Talked about it pretty deeply on episode 12, the last episode. And yeah.
Well, on a
Just
high note, it's kind of a good thing that we're not going for a push because maybe this will give us a reality check here as the Lions like let it all settle in and be like, yeah, every game's not guaranteed. No playoff is guaranteed. So maybe we need to work as a whole unit together next season. What else? You know?
mm-hmm.
But yeah, I wish we were. I wish we were on our third Super Bowl appearance by now, but
Yeah, I don't know. I'm afraid that window is closed, my friend.
I'm afraid that window has closed when I looked over at you and said last year, well, there goes that window. That's when it was over. The old Commanders game, we just never bounced back.
Yeah.
We got to get a
No.
good offensive coordinator, and we need a guy that has the mindset and the knowledge and the skill, not somebody that we know, in the organization to bump them up for the position. We need a guy that's got the knowledge, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, no, like I said, I would like to see an OC come out of the college ranks and bring us something.
I'm curious to see how this off season is going to go.
Yeah, no, we'll definitely have to keep our eye on it and hit a podcast as soon as as soon as we get information.
I'm a bit nervous on this off season. I'm not going to lie. Just just hope that whatever moves we do, they're the right moves, and we stay healthy. That's the biggest thing, you know. If we can do them, then I think we'll have a excellent shot at making that strong push, you know.
Mhm. Mhm.
But only time will tell, my friend.
Yeah, I know. Yep, that's why I'm starting to look at the draft and starting to watch some of these mock drafts and see what people think of these players.
I think I seen somewhere. I think Michigan hired a new football coach.
Yep, Whittingham, I think is his name, from Utah.
Well, why did he? I wonder why he took that job.
I don't know. I mean,
Is he a good coach? You know anything about him or no?
other than he was, I believe, from Utah. Yeah, Kyle Whittingham. He was barely 2 weeks into his retirement, and then Michigan gave him an offer he couldn't refuse.
Huh. Well, best of luck.
Yeah.
You're gonna need it. The old Spartans come to town this year. We ain't fucking around. Hell no, we've been rebuilding for like the past 5 years, so
Yeah. And it feels like the last 2 years we've had our best roster, but it's just one thing after another, man.
well, you guys still got some good recruits, you know.
Yeah.
So, only time will tell there. But you guys weren't terrible this year. I mean, State was awful this year. Shit. I mean, I thought for sure that quarterback we had was going to be the guy, and
Yeah, well, it looks like both of us are losing our quarterbacks this year. Maine.
oh, is he transferring out?
Yeah, but your boy is transferring out, and so is ours.
I had a feeling he was.
Yep, he gets one good year, and he's like, nah, I'm leaving this ship. It can sink like the old Black Pearl from the Pirates of the Caribbean.
I wasn't really satisfied in him, anyways. To be honest, I felt like they could have had a better quarterback at least. He turned the ball over a lot. So, I mean, when they're all firing on all cylinders, man, they look great. I think it was like what the first couple games of the season, they looked really good. And then they played against the real college, and then yeah, they didn't look so good after that. So I'm curious. A lot of good basketball coming up too. College, a lot of good stuff. A lot of football, good football. There's gonna be a lot of good things coming. Yeah. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I'm interested to hop on the basketball train with you. I have to start popping up a few more of those games to get reacquainted with
yeah, like
our
I
new
said,
Pistons.
you're you Michigan Wolverines. Last I looked, they were undefeated on basketball. So
Mm-hmm.
they're predicting them to win it all. So I disagree, but you know they knocked off some good colleges already. So
Yeah, but yeah, no,
yeah,
I look forward to that journey, my dude.
Pistons too are looking good. The Red Wings too. I'm not sure if they won. Uh, who did they play last night
Yo,
or the?
bro, Rowan. I don't want to get copyright from the music.
But yeah, yeah. Anyways,
Yeah, I mean, the Bills, as of right now, still haven't put no points up on the board, and they're back at the 20.
man,
Yeah, Eagles looking pretty solid. Eagles looking pretty solid.
I just got James Cook. I just need him to run one in, dude.
You would think that wouldn't be such a hard thing to ask, but you know how it be around here this year. This year it's just like they pick on our bets specifically, just ours, nobody else's.
No, yeah, I noticed that. Nobody else.
They let all the big ones happen, but all this little guys down here at the bottom, they're just like, nah.
No, no,
But
not you guys.
imagine the people who were putting money on those 3 TDs for like Amon Ra or Gibbs this year. Those games, woo, some change. But
Well, it does look like it's raining pretty good there
yeah,
in Buffalo. You figured it'd be snowing,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
No, it's just raining. I thought we were supposed to get a big snowstorm here.
Yeah, I thought so too, but it hasn't hit yet. I'm interested to see how that goes.
Yeah, it's coming down there in Buffalo. That's where they're playing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it. You think, well, if it's raining that bad. How are you going to throw the ball and how are you going to run the ball, right? Because the chances of you fumbling the ball are like real high.
Yep,
You
of
know,
course, absolutely. That's yeah. I don't know.
Buffalo's coming out. Man, Josh Allen is not looking good, bro.
Not today. He's not. But
I don't know if the rain has got to him or what, dude. He just can't. He looks real off, dude.
yeah, well, it'll be interesting to see the results of this one. But that's it for us here at the pre-bet show. We hope that you guys liked what we got to say today, and hopefully we'll see you guys on the next episode. Who bet?
Who bet?